How's everyone doing today? My name is William Curtin. I live here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been a security guard for over 25 some more years. I've been in and out self-defense classes. I've also attended classes on what to do in a streetwide situation, how to handle it, and how to defend yourself. Today, I'm going to talk about what type of knife to have for self-defense purposes and what of a blade weapon not to have for self-defense purposes, and I'll tell you why. People say and people do things to defend themselves when they're scared and don't have any understanding that what's going on may get him or her in trouble if they happen to use the weapon of choice to defend themselves in a streetwide situation and an in-home situation of using a self-defense weapon. So I'm going to explain that today as simply as I can. Now, with that said, we're going to first start off with your butcher knife. This is a butcher knife used for cutting meat, bread, and so on. It's meant for the kitchen. It's placed in a kitchen drawer in the kitchen. Okay? Some will say, yeah, I would use this for a self-defense weapon. This may get you in trouble if you use it for a self-defense weapon in the street. This is a box cutter. It's used to open up boxes, cut boxes up, a letter opener, cutting insulation, real minor jobs. It's a box cutter. That's what it's meant for. Some say I may use this as a self-defense weapon. It may get you in trouble depending on the situation. A pair of scissors could be assumed a self-defense weapon, but it's made for cutting paper, cutting up envelopes, cutting up small paper items. Could it be considered a self-defense weapon? Yes and no. A butter knife. This is used to spread butter, sandwich spread on bread, cut toast in half, and so on. Could this be considered a self-defense weapon? Yes and no, depending on the situation. These are toenail clippers meant for clipping toenails. Has a sharp point at the end. It's pretty strong. Could it be observed as a self-defense weapon? Maybe, maybe not. Now, I'm going to get into the two types of knives will be considered a self-defense weapon, and I'll tell you why. This is a knife or a karambit. It's in a secure case, and it's placed in this case to keep the blade in a safe place from you cutting yourself or cutting someone else. It's in a compartment as a safe place from harm. Okay? With this particular knife, you could hold it like such. You can hold it like this in your hand. Okay? With this knife, it has a release lock on it, which is here. Okay, it's there. Okay, and then you could hold it like this for self-defense purposes. Okay, and It doesn't exceed the palm of my hand. So technically, in the state of Las Vegas, Nevada, this is considered legal. It doesn't exceed the palm of my hand. With this knife, it also has an inner lock. It's right here. Press your thumb, and it comes down. And it's back in its case, where it's safe and hidden from the eye. And it's safe from you cutting yourself or cutting someone else. Also, with this knife, you have a clip that you could use. This clip, you can slide this into your pants and clip on to the outside of your pants. So you can just slide it in right there on your right or left side, or basically your right side. This is a right-sided clip. You can place it here. You can put your hand in your pants, pull the knife out, and you're ready to go. Okay, that's the inner lock. Now, when I say placing it inside of your pants, you can place it like such. Okay, there it is, right there. Okay, and if you needed to get it, you reach down, grab it. You have to teach yourself. Pull it out like such. You have it. Now, with that being in your pocket, reaching down and pulling it out to defend yourself, it's like something you have to practice in order to perform, to understand how to properly operate the knife. Okay? That's one knife. Here's another knife. This is a tactical knife. When I say tactical, it's what it's meant for, self-defense. This knife is meant for self-defense. Okay? It's in a case, has a handle, has a blade. You hold it like this. Okay. Now, this one exceeds over the palm of your hand. I believe this is a 3-inch blade, but it's meant for tactical purposes only. It's a tactical knife meant for self-defense. So this is like a 3-inch blade. The reason is tactical, meant for self-defense. It's placed in a case that it makes it secure and keeps it away from harm. Okay. This is called a tactical knife for one or more reasons. It's placed in a case for safe usage. It has the grip on it for proper holding, and the blade is made of steel. Now, with this particular blade, if you have to stab someone, it's not going to break. Okay, you can stab, slice, stab, slice. This is not going to break in a self-defense situation. It's not going to break. It's not meant to break. It's meant for self-defense. Okay, this is a blade that is meant for self-defense. Okay, if you ever, man or woman, feel the need that you must carry a self-defense weapon and you choose a blade, this should be your first choice for a self-defense weapon. Okay, it's tactical and it's meant for self-defense. It has a 2 to 3-inch blade on it. Okay, it's meant for self-defense. Okay. With that said, you hold it such like this. Now, if you're ever in a self-defense situation and you need to use your knife in a self-defense, do not allow your opponent to see your knife. Do not allow your opponent to see your knife. You want to place your knife on the upper part of your body somewhere where your assailant or assailants doesn't see it. Don't tell them you have it. Don't show it. Simply hide it from them. Turn your body a certain way. Make a hand gesture. Do not let your assailants see your knife, because your first strike or second strike in a street fight situation is the difference between you going home or you going to the hospital or to the morgue. So, with that said, if you're ever in a street fight situation and you need to pull your knife or tactical knife out for self-defense, do not let your opponent see it. Okay? If you're in a street fight situation, do not do this in front of your assailant. Okay? Don't do this. Don't stick your arm out like this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Yeah, don't do none of that. Because all this person has to do is grab your arm like such, and it's all over. Because if you're not trained on what and how, when to do, this self-defense weapon becomes useless to you. Because now you're immobile, you don't know what to do, you're in a struggling situation with the knife, and they may take the knife away from you and use it against you. Okay? Always keep it hidden up on your upper part of your body, like such, right here. Keep it away. Don't let them see it. Keep it away. Okay? Let them observe your defense hand. Okay? Don't let them see it. Keep it hidden. Either here, here, or here. Not here. Don't have it down here. That's just useless. Okay? Don't have it down here. Have it here or here. Same goes with this. Don't let them see it. Now, this has a curve on it. Well, technically it's a carumbit, and it's used for carving your opponent, like such. Okay, now, if you do not have the skills to hold the weapon like this, don't do it. Okay, it's a skill set holding the weapon like this. Okay, it's something you have to be trained to do. Simply hold it like this. You can do just as much damage. You can stab, cut, stab, cut, stab, cut, stab, cut. Okay. Now, let's get into what you should not use in a street fight. The box cutter. Not a self-defense weapon for in the street. Why? Because the only thing you can really do with this is scratch somebody up. Scratch them up real good. Also, it's very flimsy. It may break in a street riot situation, and you're doing all this, and you don't have a blade at all because it's broken, and all you have is this. So if the blade breaks in a street riot situation, you may only have this at the end, nothing, and you're wasting your time. Also, if you use this in a street fight situation and hurt someone, it may be considered assault on your part because you took something from somewhere that was meant for something else. This was meant for opening boxes, cutting up boxes. It's not meant for self-defense. The butcher knife. It's quite sturdy, it's strong. I'm quite sure this would do a lot of damage in a street fight. It would. It hurt someone bad. But as you see, it really exceeds the palm of my hand. And this is not considered legal by the state of Nevada. Okay? If you use this in a street fight situation, this would be considered attempted murder on your part. Why? Because you took an item that was used for kitchen purposes for self-defense. Your intentions was to kill this person because you took out this particular weapon to defend yourself. This knife is not meant for self-defense on the street. Okay? The butter knife, same thing as the butcher knife. You took an item from the kitchen to use as a self-defense weapon. Okay? The same goes with the scissors. You took an item out of your house that was meant for one thing and you used it for another. The toenail clippers. You took it out of your residence, placed it in your pocket as a self-defense weapon, and it's not meant for that. It's meant for clipping toenails. This may be considered as attempted murder on your part or assault on your part. Okay? Now, if you were at home, in your house, in your apartment, and an issue occurred, an argument, someone is frustrated, and something happens, and you're in a situation where you need to defend yourself, and you're backed into a corner, and you go in your kitchen drawer to get this to defend yourself in your residence. I say it again, in your residence. This means in your house or in your apartment. And you use this to defend yourself. This may be considered as a self-defense weapon in your residence. Okay? So you're in your kitchen, someone's attacking you. You're in your living room, someone's attacked you. You make it to the kitchen to get this. You have to defend yourself. This would be considered self-defense in your residence. Okay? In your house, in your apartment. You know, you come downstairs and you hear a noise and you want to investigate and you grab this. You walking around the house looking to see what's going on, and you run into your assailant and you use it. This would be considered self-defense because it's in your house. Okay? It's in your residence. You took it out the kitchen drawer, out of the knife case to defend yourself. But you were in your house, in your apartment at the time of the situation. This would be considered a self-defense weapon because you needed to get to the first thing in order to defend yourself. Same thing with the scissors. You was at home, self-defense situation, in your residence, self-defense weapon. In your home, this will be considered a self-defense weapon. Now, with that said, it's good to take a class on how to defend yourself and when to defend yourself, to know when and where, how to use a weapon in case a situation occurs and you need to defend yourself. So knowledge is the best policy in some issues. I'd like to share something. About 10 years ago, I was at work, security guard in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I had a knife on me, and it was about an inch or smaller knife, jagged edges on it. Upon me coming to work this day, the guard before me told me that he had an incident where the police was called because they had a domestic dispute between the wife and the husband. And the police came, and I guess they asked the guy to leave. Now, within this process, I came on the shift at 4 o'clock. The guy that was asked to leave the property comes to the guardhouse upset. Now, the thing about this situation that I wasn't paying attention to, I seen the lady upstairs looking down. And she was looking down at the guy. That particular day, that guy came to take me out or unlive me that day. That was his intentions. He had took his weapon and threw it in the grass. And then he came to the guardhouse telling me that he was upset about his wife having him to leave because they called the police. I gave him the phone to talk to my supervisor. My cell phone was on the charger in the guardhouse. But in the process of all this, when I gave him the guardhouse phone, he tells my supervisor that I'm going to take one of yours. He told him 3 times he was going to take me out. He was going to kill me. So I hear him saying this. And he takes the phone and slams it down and breaks it up. But in the process, the phone breaks apart. I have no way of contacting anybody to disperse this situation. So we got in a slight little tussle. I pulled my knife from my pocket and I hit him 3 times. He had charged me and I pulled my knife out and I hit him 3 times. The stomach here, and I think I could have killed him, but I didn't. He slowed down. Tissue and stuff coming from out of his body. I did 48 hours in jail. I had to explain my situation, what had happened. We sat in an interrogation room. and it's a camera there, and they're watching me as I speak. And when they said that he had died, it almost made me sick, because it wasn't my intentions to kill him. My intentions was to incapacitate him, because we would have been fighting all day. And from what I'm told, Samoans or Tongans, once they start fighting you, they just keep going. There's no 1, 2, 3 punch, steady coming at you. You know. But the prosecutor and the defense found me, it was self-defense, and I was released the next day. And the detectives were like, They were shocked. You know. But the thing about it, through all of that, I forgot what the guy looked like. You know, I almost took someone's life, but I forgot what he looked like. And if he wanted to do something to me, walk up to me, I wouldn't know it was him. It would have just been all over again, you know. But that was my experience from having to use a knife in a self-defense situation. You know. Experience and knowledge can help you through certain situations. Okay? But like I said, as a person, if you choose to have a self-defense weapon such as a knife, make sure the knife that you have is a tactical weapon and it's meant for self-defense. And make sure you know how to conceal it, hold it, in case you ever have to use it. This is William Curtin here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You all have a good day. Thank you.